to think, how many of us have started off like gangbusters? How many of us have said, today I'm going to do it. Today I'm going to be strong. Today I'm going to hold on to God's hand. And we go through the day feeling as though we can do anything but fail. But then all of a sudden we take our eyes off of Jesus and we start looking at our circumstances. We start looking at how we've been sick for a while. We start looking at how we're scared to answer the phone because of bell collectors. We start looking at our circumstances, and then we stop believing that our faith starts to shrink and get smaller and smaller and smaller. So instead of looking at Jesus who can make a way out of nowhere, we look at that circumstance and it begins to grow and grow and grow. It's no different. Have any of you ever seen the motion picture called The Blob? Don't you know that our circumstances can become just like the blob? See, the blob got bigger with everything it ate. And don't you know our circumstances is trying to eat up our faith? Our circumstances is trying to eat up our hope. Our circumstances is trying to eat up our joy. Our circumstances is trying to eat up our breakthrough. But if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, I'm not saying that your circumstances are going to change, but your mindset and your words will. So in other words, people can ask you, they can say, how are you doing? Well, I'm going through, but Jesus is going through with me. They can ask you, are you still sick? Yes, I'm still sick, but I just got finished seeing Dr. Jesus. They can ask you, are your bills paid? No, they're not paid yet, but I still got a roof over my head. You can ask you, how's your family and relationships doing? Well, we're still going through, but God is the author and the finisher of my faith. They can ask you, are you still heartbroken because you lost a loved one? Yes, I am, but every day God's filling the void in my soul. Then we remember the story in the gospel according to John, the 5th chapter and the 3rd verse. It says, in these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the movement of the water. Then John 5:4 says, for an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water, and whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatever disease they had. And then John 5:5 says, and a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. And when Jesus saw him lie and knew he had been there now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, wilt thou be made whole? Oh, John 5:7-5-9 says, the important man answered him, sir, I have no one to put me into the pool, but while I'm trying to get there, another gets in front of me and takes my place. Jesus said to him, rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked. Don't you know there are times in our life that God is waiting for you to just get up and get your blessing? There are times in our lives when God is sitting there just waiting, but you're too scared. You've gotten used to being taught from the floor up, so you think that this is how it's supposed to be. I'm sorry, but the God that I serve says that it is in his good pleasure to give me the kingdom. And so if that really be the case, then I don't need to walk around beat up anymore. I don't need to walk around sad anymore, because my circumstances is just a way for God to do what he does best, to make a way out of nowhere. Did you catch that? That when you have problems in your life, it's just God's way of letting you know that I'm still sitting on my throne, that all you need to do is have faith in me, because I have faith in you. And so just a little bit of faith can move you Just a little bit of faith can move mountains out of your way. Oh, we're closing. We're ready to close. And the last step to live in victory, you must never accept defeat. In order to live victoriously, you must never accept defeat. Too many Christians come under attack and they give up. They say, oh well, I lost. Oh well, I'll fight another day. Oh well, it just wasn't meant to be. They think if I don't do anything more, then at least I'll have tomorrow. Don't you know the devil has a great memory? He has a great memory. And if he knows that he defeated you with this, don't you know he's coming back for seconds? It might not be tomorrow, might not even be next week, but I'm guaranteeing you, he's going to come back. See, when you just lay there and take it, you are not a threat. So what he likes to do is come back and get you. Now, listen, I need for you to open up your mind's eye and look at this visualization. One night I was watching television, and my wife would tell you I love to watch the Animal Channel. I know I'm just telling y'all my craziness, but I love to watch the Animal Channel. And they had this leopard up there. And the leopard had went hunting, and it got a wildebeest, got him around the neck and shook him, strangled him. The wildebeest laid down and he ate what he wanted to eat from the wildebeest, took the wildebeest and put him up in a tree, left, and went about his business. And 2 weeks later came back because he knew where he had left the wildebeest, and he finished eating. But he didn't eat all of the wildebeest. He left again. Do you know he ate this wildebeest for 3 weeks straight? Here's what I'm trying to tell you. The devil does the same thing. He comes, he feels as though that he has defeated us, so he takes us and he puts us over here until he gets hungry again for that type of food. And what he does, then he comes back and he eats some more, and he leaves and he comes back and he eats some more. Aren't you tired of the devil just feeling as though that you're just nothing when it comes to Christ? Aren't you tired of feeling that the devil can just come and just do with you what he wants to? That he can just come in and beat your family up, slap you in your face, mess with your finances, mess with your job, mess with your mind, mess with your emotions, mess with your heart, and just feel like he can just come back anytime he wants to. And the reason why he feels that, because you never gave up a fight. Never gave up a fight. Now, hear me well. The enemy would rather mess with someone who's going to allow him to do whatever he wants to do than to mess with someone who's going to put up a fight. Did you hear what I'm saying? If you put up a fight, you can say, okay, enemy, come on, bring it on, but let me tell you something. You're going to know you've been in a fight. You're going to know that you mess with Lydell. You're going to know that you mess with Willie Blinders. You're going to know that you mess with Mama Dern. You're going to know that you mess with Felicia Cole. You're going to know that you've been in a fight. And so, you know, I'm just warning you right now that it would probably be best if you went down the street and messed with someone else. Because, see, I'm not a punk about mine. If you come and try to mess with me, you're going to have to know that I'm going to wrestle with you. I'm going to fight you. And I'm going to do it. And then the other thing is, you got to let the enemy know too. You got to let him know this, that I don't fight fair. That's right, I don't fight fair. And so ain't gonna be no referee in this fight. It ain't gonna be no one telling you what I can do and what I can't do. That if I get a chance to poke out your eye, that's what I'm going to do. If I get a chance to hit you in your midsection, that's what I'm going to do.